All right, we're going to call the regular scheduled August council meeting to order. Start out normal fashion with our prayer and pledge. Ask Reverend Woods if he will lead us in prayer.
Let's stand, please. Our Father in heaven, again, we thank you now so much for all of your many blessings. We thank you, God, for your protection. And even tonight, Lord, we just ask that you allow your spirit to direct our mind. And whatever we do, we just want to be pleasing in your sight. God, again, we lift those that are sick. We lift those that are bereaved. And most of all, we lift those that are so careless and unconcerned. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Face the flag with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll, Ms. Clerk.
Mr. Brown. Here. Mr. Golden. Here. Mr. Lau. Here. Mr. McKinney. Ms. Miller. Here. Ms. Ray. Here. Mr. Williams. Here. Mr. Woods. Here.
All right, it's all good to see Mr. Brown back. Happy to have him back with us tonight. We missed your man out, so good to have Caroline giving you applause, so I'll give you one too. All right, we have one set of minutes to approve. Our minutes from our July council meeting. Hope everyone has the time to look over those and see if there's any changes, anything. If not, is there a motion to approve the minutes from our July council meeting? Have a motion by Mr. Williams. There a second? Second by Mr. McKinney. If you would, cast your votes. Motion carried. Move to my report. Only two things I have. First is we'll be closed for Labor Day on September the 2nd. So if anybody having the city business, we'll be closed on that day. And also, I think y'all have, and I've got another flyer too, so got some more. This Thursday at the theater, a part of our community development office, I guess he'll probably mention it too, but y'all invited, welcome to come and join us at 7:30. Also gonna have a best dress for whatever decade you want to dress in. So I don't really know if it's a prize or not. Is it a prize? It is a prize. So come dressed in your costumes. The party planner to be at the theater. Y'all welcome to be my special guests, and I'm interested to see the outfits y'all gonna wear. Caroline, you got yours?
The 90s.
90s. All right. How old were you when you were in the 90s?
Don't you worry about me in the 90s.
Everybody come see me Thursday night and see what Caroline gonna have to wear. All right, that's all I got on my report. We'll move to public comments. I think we had one. Mr. William McClellan, also known as Rusty. Come on up. I didn't know who William McClellan was. I didn't know that was your name, Rusty.
Good evening. I just come to talk about this ditch behind my house. It's still flooding out. And the last big rain we had, it flooded again. And the rain is getting in my house. Not the last rain, but the rain before that, I had Mr. Wood come by. And he saw what was going on. I'm trying to find out what is it that we can do about that ditch, because it clean it out, it don't do no good.
All right, I've been, me and Russell talked about this a whole lot, and I'll tell you where we are, and I'll let the council know. I've hired A2H to do an engineering study on that ditch to see the covers that we have at the road, if they are of the sufficient size for the water that's coming. And I've been by his house when it's rained, before it rains and after, and it is it's even worse when the ditch has trash or debris. So to give y'all an idea, I don't know if y'all know, Russell lives on Union Street right behind KFC, but the ditch, all of the water from y'all know where the hotel is, the Bolivar, I guess that's Bolivar, and the ditch behind there with the AT&T, all that water runs in that ditch up behind that street, and all of it eventually, the drain is covered until it lets out into Rusty's backyard, and it crosses over on Union Street. And now we can't, and I'll explain this to the rest of it, we can't fix or do anything that's on the private property side. But what I want to make sure is that the coverage that we have under the road. The last study that I didn't actually do, Mayor Stevens had a study done with, I think it was TLM. Do you remember who it was with? I don't remember who it was with. But it was the study that we had was the drains and stuff was sufficient. Rusty made a very valid point that a lot more has developed since then for its drains and ditches and concrete being poured and all that. So it may have changed. But before we spend $200,000-300,000 on doing that, I wanted to make sure that it was going to be the right thing and it was going to work. And I didn't want to bring that to y'all until I had something from a engineer to say that. So, but I since I've been in office, that it's been an issue that Rusty been dealing with. But that's where we are with it now. And if y'all got any other questions or anything for Rusty, if he got anything else, I could address that.
So you said the A2H is in the process of doing the inspection now?
Yes, ma'am.
And when that comes back, if they say that it is all private property, is there any way that we can help them find like a grant or any kind of funds? Because a lot of times when people have come in here and said these different issues, it has fallen back on them. And, some of these projects are way too large for a homeowner, and it's really kind of like the byproduct of another issue, not really theirs.
Right.
So are we gonna, I just want you to know
Let
that
me ask
I'm
you a question.
interested in
Can I ask a
helping
question,
you.
please? If it's on my private property, if I cover that ditch up, what would happen then?
I've explained to Rusty what will happen is if you put water on another property, then you will be liable.
Why would I be liable?
Because you can't disturb the natural flow
That's
of
not
water.
a natural water flow.
Well,
A natural water flow is where water continues to run constantly all the time.
Well,
That water only runs when it rains.
well, only time water can run is when it rains. If there's no water there.
No. A natural water flow is like a stream or a river.
No, What I'm saying is when water falls, when it rains, and we've had this discussion before, when it rains, you can't put water that rains on your property on another property owner. Now, and that won't be between us, that's a legal issue between you and the property owner, but you can't, when it rains and the water flows, if it flows down, and if it comes from your property, just like the person that's behind you can't put more water on you. But that won't be an argument for us, that'll be between you and.
Who put the drains there in the first place?
Developer, I guess. I can't speak to that part.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So the drainage ditch going with the 2 6-inch pipes going across underneath the road. I know I didn't put them there, and it's been there for years.
Well, like I've said, I'll address both of y'all at the same time. To go on private property with city funds to fix an issue on private property, you're gonna open up a big liability. And legally, you can't take city funds and go fix people's private property.
Okay.
Once you start, you can't stop. To answer your question about the grants, absolutely, we've done what we can. Those grants are hard to come by. There's not a lot of stormwater drain grants that I'm aware of. Now, I'm not saying that don't any exist, and if some exist, I fill out for them. I don't, mind, because this, it's not just this, it's countless number of ditches
Yeah, there are a lot of
across the
people.
city that has this problem. So just be prepared when we go write a check to fix this ditch, you got countless others that's gonna want the same thing.
I think that we're tasked with problem solving and helping finding solutions. So, and since it's several people, you're not the first person that has come up
No,
here
I'm
and
not-
brought
I know I'm not the first
videos
person.
and pictures. And I think it's very easy for us to just say, well, that's kind of like your problem. And maybe if there is some money out there, then maybe we need to be trying to find.
They found a grant to fix the ditch out at the country club.
Oh, did they?
Yes, sir, ma'am, they sure did.
Oh, interesting.
It is very
Very
interesting.
interesting, because let's not start the they and them and all that. This body, I wasn't here when that grant happened, and that grant has not been open. Hold on, Rusty. That grant has not been open to apply for again, and when it is, we will. So, and that grant at the country club, that ditch is still messed up too, and those same people want us to come back and fix that ditch too.
And it was for a specific issue. It wasn't just for some random ditch. I mean, it was a whole, it rerouted the water.
Yeah.
Basically at the subdivision is what it did. It wasn't to fix just one ditch.
Can this water be rerouted when it come behind that hotel? Is there anywhere else can take part of it off or put a, via anything? Like it come behind the hotel and then it come across there, that any other route it
Divert it.
could go?
Jared, do you know any of, I don't know of any of that stuff.
Not the way the developers have laid that area out, and that's the same thing out at the country club. That ditch was already there. That ditch was not rerouted, changed in any shape, form, or fashion. The only thing it was done, there was a cover put in, and it covered at one point. Out by the ditch by Mr. Tooner's house, there was a drainage system put in right there that was already there. It was just rebuilt under the grant that I heard was there. I don't know this for a fact, but that's what I was told.
Well, that's what I was asking, rebuilt my ditch.
It was not rebuilt or rerouted, it was rebuilt.
One of the problems that I saw, when I went out, I had an opportunity just to go and see for myself. There was a lot of debris in it, okay? Even where the water flows down to where the water get ready to go under his property, cause it crossed the road over on Lauderdale. There was a lot of growed up debris and stuff in there. Most of it, what I saw, that the covenant is stopped up. A whole lot of stuff in it that need to be removed, a lot of stuff, that is growed up in it that need to be cut and cleaned out.
And Jerry guys go over there and clean that out. Most of the time, the trash don't get there. That's not rusted trash. When a heavy rain, all the trash end up there and stop it up. And after each rain, they go and clean it out.
And even where the water was entering the pipe, it was big tree, stumps, that was in it, and it stopped a lot of that water flow. And I seen his house, yes, he's correct, the water, that day, it was big rain, the water rose up to his house, and it left a stain where the water set in his house, and I can understand what he's talking about. But before we get too far, that's one of the bigger things I think we need to look at. Number one is making sure that water have a free flow, cause it did not that day.
Well, I'll send Jerry guys back over there and look at that, and we find some grant funds, and if something's available, like this your ditch, same one right up the street on, can't remember that street, the two streets, I guess that's Fisher Street. House falling on that ditch. I mean, it's tons of them, and you're talking about a lot of work.
But I'm talking about water coming in my house.
Right.
Well, this
It's
house
getting
is about to
it's getting
fall
into my
into
air
that.
conditioning unit. I mean, I have to pay $700-800 every time it freezes up my pipes on my thing. I don't have to pay $2,000 on my insurance to get a new unit. I pay it out of my pocket, and that's like every other year I have to do that because that water done got in my air conditioning unit, and that comes out of my pocket.
It
And
sounds
it's
like
a
an
problem.
infrastructure issue, and a lot of these things were built a long time ago, but things have to be upgraded, and whose responsibility is that? If not
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Ma'am.
ours, I don't know.
Well,
Seems-
I'll tell you that the private infrastructure is not the responsibility of the taxpayers of all.
Well, it's not just his private property, though.
I'm just not speaking of his, I'm
Anyway,
saying in general.
I get it. I think we need to work, because there
If-
are a lot
if
of
water
people
is
that are
coming
having a
from all
problem.
over, it's not only coming from behind the
just
hotel,
say
it's coming from
not our
up
problem.
by the schoolhouse, the funeral home. Water coming from all over town from that area.
That's
Coming-
what I'm saying. Seems like some of that could
It-
be rerouted. Some of it still.
It's
some-
coming from all
of
over
it
town,
going
and coming
one
to
way,
that area.
You know.
Well, I think we're in a step in the right direction. H2H is doing the study right.
Yeah, once their study comes back, what my plans is that they're gonna be able to say, this is our issue, or it's not our issue, and this is what it's gonna cost to fix. and I'm gonna bring it to the council, because me and Larry talked about it multiple times. When they bring that letter to us, then I come to y'all and say, hey,
How
we
long does
need to
it take?
pay.
A year for the study to come back? Because
No.
it's been over a year since those people been out here.
No,
It's been a long time.
How long, it ain't been a year since A2H came out there.
It's been long enough to be addressed.
Well, when the study get back, I'll get it to y'all, and I'll leave it up to this body.
Will you give us a copy of the report
Yes, sir.
when you present? So we can have a copy.
I know those two,
A copy.
3-foot pipes are not big enough to do what it's supposed to be doing because it's not working.
Yeah.
Evidently, the pipes are clogged up on the inside because on my side of the ditch is clear. They keep it clean.
You say it's coming from the funeral home over that way too?
It come, yeah, all
It,
over.
see, it could be it could be some more pipes somewhere by the funeral home stopped up that's letting too much water go there.
The water
you know.
coming from down Jefferson Street too,
Uh-huh.
coming down that way.
Yeah, it could be some more.
All
somebody
I ask
check
you
it
do,
out.
Mr. Wood, when it rain again, just come through there and look, and you'll see where the water coming from. That's all you got to do. I mean, Mr. Mayor did. He came out and looked. Just come and see. I'm not lying to you.
No, he getting a lot.
It's a problem.
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand.
And like I
believe
say,
it.
when it come into my house, it's a real problem.
Across the road, has it been cleaned out?
No, I don't think they clean out across the road. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you,
Ms.
Ms.
All right. Next, electric, we didn't have anybody else on there. Kerry, we didn't have anybody else on there. All right, electric, standing committee reports, VEA board met the 29th. Mr. Cobb took oath of office for his 5-year term, approved bad debt write-off of $27,504, increased the meal daily per diem for travel to 75 in the TVA service area, 90 outside the TVA service area. Recommended the addition of seasonal time of use rate for seasonal customers, grain bins and irrigation systems. Fiber update, 3992 customers, 3,749 residential, 243 business, and 103 waiting for service. Next, utilities, Mr. Knuckles.
Good evening, council, mayor.
All right.
Utility board met August 7th. We discussed, we're getting a new program for our automatic meters, water and gas meters. Also, A2H is who is dealing with us on this ARC project for replacing galvanized lines in and around the city and the bleach room at the water plant, and also are working on the assessment plant for the lagoon. And that's part of the ARP grant that we've got, that we started 2 years ago. They're finally getting around to it. And then the gas prices are 65 cents for the month of August. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Knuckles.
Thank you.
Fire Chief Price.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Maybe.
My report, total fire call, we had 27, had 20 in the city, had 7 in the county, I'm sorry. Training hours, 406 training hours, and that would do, so many training hours would do because the guys took half-mast awareness. Each guy had 40-hour training on that. Smoke alarm installed 15, fire code inspection 6. The new brush truck, we got the new brush truck in, finally got it, we got it in service, and it ran its first call sometime last week. August the 30th, the first responder career day at the middle school. We got over 20 different agencies going to participate with us that day. You guys welcome to come over. We're going to start setting up we're going to go from 9 to 12 that day. 911 is coming up, and I just want to let you guys know that we're going to be doing a breakfast at Backwood on 9/11. We won't meet no more till that Monday, so I want to go ahead and look at your schedule. You want to come meet for breakfast? I think we may start about 6:30 that day. That is my report.
Thank you, Chief Price.
Man.
Next, Police, Chief John.
Good evening, everyone.
Maybe.
My report is as follows, and sometimes I need glasses, sometimes I don't. Calls of service 700, citations 181, accidents total of 25, 5 were injury, 20 property damage only. We had 32 arrests, all were adults. Special events, we did 5 saturations, and some of the guys cooked for a football camp at the high school. Mostly Pee Wee football to kick off their season, and we had 301 training hours. That's my report.
Thank you, Chief Johnson. Next, Park and Rec.
Evening, Council, Mayor. Parks and Recreation report on the following. We've begun to fill in some of those washouts at Pleasant Run Creek on the trail. And there's also a couple of trees down that we have since cut them up and got those up as well. Adult exercise line dance continues. It's only on Tuesdays now. She cut out the Thursday class. Also, pickleball continues Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 9 to 11. Adult men basketball league registration will start that next month. And lastly, our soccer league sign-ups is currently going on. We'll end that on the 26th of this month. That's my
All right,
report.
thank you, Mr. Ford.
I just want to say congratulations on you being added to the Hardeman County School Board. I think you're going to be a great addition.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
We plan to go and help him at his first board meeting. We met about it this morning, so. All right, Streets and Sanitation, Mr. Jerry.
Mr. Mayor, members of council,
Hey,
public, Jerry Mayfield, Street and Sanitation. We did our trash pickup around town as usual. We doing a lot of weed eating and mowing. We had residential landfill was 172.87 tons. Commercial was 345.25 tons. Total of 518.12 tons. The bulky items wrapped up this past month for this quarter, and the next pickup bulky items will be in October. We sold one of our our newer commercial trucks. Actually, we sold both of them, and then we got 2 other ones that was gone. So we're trying to get rid of some surplus stuff that we don't use anymore. So that's what that was all about, and that's all I got.
Just want to let you know, we really appreciate all you and your guys do. City looks great after y'all pick up all the bulky stuff. Cleans everything up for the most part and kind of keeps some of the overflow from getting out of hand. So I know y'all are out there in the hot, cold.
Whatever it takes, man. Yeah, but appreciate y'all. We thank y'all for being here for us.
Thank you, Jerry. Next, Library, Ms. Jessica.
Good evening, Council and Mayor. The July Library Report, we took in $832.70 in revenue, had a total of 20 programs, 4 for our sassy seniors, 47 for our craft time, 44 for story time, 4 for our adult brown bag book club, 11 for Camp Bolivar, 48 for our Chickasaw animals, 12 for Friday, the movie Fridays, 24 for Lego, 29 for the summer reading finale, and 224 for our passive programs. We had 223 in our total participants in live programs, with 791 for our estimated July patronage count. We booked 13 bookings for our meeting rooms, with 23 guests. We had 2,217 total circulated items, 326 computer users, 3,950 Wi-Fi users, 830 reads users, 10 history room visits, 2 microfilm reader usage, 27 history room materials circulated, 24 ILL borrowed items, and 9 ILL loaned. And that's my report.
Thank you, Ms. Jessica. We'll let y'all know that Councilman Williams, Commissioner Weems, our attorney, Kevin, Mayor Pulse, and myself, and Carrie Beth, we've met along with Jessica before this meeting, trying to work out some of the issues with the library funding and the memorandum of understanding. I think we sort of got an idea of how we're gonna move forward, but we'll let the attorneys do what they do now. And once they get their part done, then we'll bring this, but we're looking to start at July 1 of next year. So that'll give us enough time for this board as well as county commissioners to work through it also. But I just wanted to let y'all know that meeting went well. The zoning compliance, Mr. Watkins.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
You should have a copy of my report. Building consultations 10, building permits written 1, inspections 2 on building, 2 on plumbing, 2 on mechanical, 30 courtesy notices, and also did a couple of walkthroughs on buildings so we could issue a CO for some new businesses that are opening up. That's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next, Tourism and Community Development, Mr. Hill.
Good evening, council.
Hey,
My report, I assisted with Camp Bolivar, which was a fantastic event for young people, and I just encourage, if you know any middle schoolers, start talking now to get them signed up for that. It was a great thing for them to come and see what goes on inside their city, to see that there's more than maybe what they're just hearing on the streets, and I think we saw some future people that are going to stay here in Bolivar through that, and we can continue to grow that. But it wasn't even full this time, so I encourage y'all to get that out. Attended the Rural Development Summit at Lone Oaks that was put on by the state, and made some final touches to get the grand opening of the Timbers. And since in August we have opened it, we opened it last Thursday. Thank you to Councilman Golden and Councilman Williams for coming by for that. That meant a lot, and hopefully we can begin the ball rolling and get some people in there. And also you have your invitation, which Mayor's already went over that, but I do encourage you to come out. It's going to be a good time Thursday night.
Mr. Hill?
all right.
Yes, sir.
If y'all haven't been by the Timbers, it's a wonderful place, y'all. It's got a little bit of everything. It's high tech, as they say. It's got, computers, office space, production lab. I mean, it's truly something to see. A lot of hard work went into that. Mr. Jerry's crew, Dylan, Mayor, there's so many hands that played a helping part in that. So we truly appreciate it. Looks great. If y'all get a chance, come by and check it out. It's something to see. Really is.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. All right, that's all the committee reports. We'll move to old business. First, give y'all an update on the annexation of three-way. We started this discussion a couple months ago. Did finally hear back from Representative of Spree Creek, and it's sort of probably, in my opinion, think we'll have to put a hold on it. Basically, the utilities, Spring Creek has a USDA loan on their utilities, and by them being under that loan, they're not able to sell any of their utilities. So don't know what that amount is or when the payoff on that is, but the cost for us to install a water system out there to those residents would be in the millions of dollars. And the financial aspect of it is just wouldn't be financially feasible for us to do that. So Jim, they didn't have a time frame on that loan, did you? I know they didn't have an amount. I don't know. Okay, so when we sort of can readdress that or look at that issue then, but the cost of a new water system would be astronomical to try to make that work. And even with us building a new water system, there is no guarantee that the citizens there, which I don't see why they wouldn't, but there's nothing making them get our water opposed to Spring Creek. So, we potentially, let's just say it's 500 houses, and they're all on Spring Creek. We go and put in a water system, and only 200 of them take it, then we really, sort of upside down. But wanted to let y'all know where we stood on that. That's basically where we are now, and once they come back at a time where they in a situation where they can sell the utilities to us or figure out something we can do with that system where it makes more financial sense, we'll look at doing that. Any questions, anything on it? All right, now we move on to the approval of a 6-month extension on sanitation residential truck. What this is the Jerry's new garbage truck, still ain't came back yet. Our loan at the bank, I think it was on, a month ago that it came up, and in order to extend it out to when the truck gets here, I have to get the council's approval. No money difference, anything like that, just the approval that hopefully this truck will be here by October, and we'll have a title that we actually get registered and close out this loan on everything. So that's what that is. If no questions, anything, can I have a motion for approval of that 6 months extension? Have a motion by Mr. Kenny, a second by Mr. Goldman. If you will cast your votes. I think it's October. Is that the date they gave?
Last I heard, I haven't got a hold of it today. I did get over it.
I don't know why it's there.
Oh, okay.
This one's still
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Yeah, all right. It looks somebody didn't vote. but-
Who is it, me?
Larry, you came in that time. All right, Carabelle got you. Don't worry about the TV. All right, next. No more old business. Now we're on new business. Resolution 2024-008, authorizing participation in the PEP Property Conservation Grant. What this is, PEP gives us a grant every year on our security, that we use for security, on our liability insurance. So what we're applying for this year is security lights on the outside of City Hall and the training center. They are on some kind of time ticker thing, and we're gonna try to update it where they be LED, and we don't have to wait. I think it's 2 people in the city that know how to turn the lights on, Ricky Watkins and Kim Knuckles. And both of them got a lot of gray hair, so we need to update this system where the lights, every time the time change, the lights, when it gets dark, they don't come on to 9 o'clock, and they stay on all morning. So we need to get that updated. So this is what this is for new security lights in front of the bay windows, the whole building, as well as the training facility.
Are they gonna be solar?
No, they won't be. They'll be LED, and they'll connect.
I just asked that because there was a lot of solar presentations at the meeting we went to.
No, but I'll tell you, we're looking at trying to do some solar on updating our LED street lights, and we talked about the utility board, trying to figure out some stuff with that, but.
I was really interested.
Yeah, but now these are LEDs, TVA, Tony Kirk will be getting some money from us on these, so.
I don't mind.
All right, is there any other questions? All right, the motion to approve, resolution 2024-008, I got a motion, is there a second? Second by, was that Mr., who was that? Williams, second by Mr. Williams. Cast your vote. Oh, y'all jumped ahead of me. Larry must have got a wrestling tonight or something. Motion carried. Motion carried. Don't tell it, I'm sorry. Next, we have first reading of ordinance 2024-003 and ordinance 2024-004, and ordinance change city election date to the November general election. What we got, you guys know the history behind everything. I don't think we got to go through it all, but I will say when we had our meeting and then we had our community meeting discussion, I told you guys when we left that meeting that I will present 3 options for us to either, for us to vote on tonight or vote down or how we decide to do it. Those 3 options is first one, I'm not gonna say doing nothing. We will take no action tonight, and that will leave the election as it is. Now there won't be any changes to anything. The second one, which we'll just go in order, is ordinance 2024-003. I'll say what will have to happen. This will take 2 readings. So if this passed tonight, it's still, whatever ordinance passed won't go into effect. We'll have to have another meeting next month. We have to have another reading next month, and that will be our public hearing where the citizens can address that issue, and then we'll vote up or down at that point. So ordinance 2024-003, what this would do would extend the election on May of 20, so the 4, I'll just read it. The terms of the 4 council members elected in May of 2023 shall be extended from the last day of June 2027 until the certified candidates elected on the Tuesday after the first Monday in November 2028 are sworn into office at 12:01 p.m. on the 15th day of December following their election, except when the 15th falls on Sunday, in that event, the 16th of December. Basically, to put that in layman's terms, take the attorney's writings out of all of it, the 4 council members that were elected in 23, that would be Mr. Williams, Ms. Miller, Mr. McKinney, and Mr. Lyle's terms would be extended. And then the 4 that was already up here, Mr. Woods, Ms. Ray, myself, Mr. Gold, and Mr. Brown, that term would not be extended. So what will happen in May of 2025 in next city election, we will be voting for a 5-year term. Okay, does that make sense?
Now, number 3 is with all 8. Is that correct? Gives the extension, because it's got 23 and 21.
Yes,
And then, in '04, ordinance 004 has 23 and 25.
oh, so
So
on
what you
20,
described as the second one.
what did I say? I'm sorry, I read the wrong one. No, okay, I didn't read both sections, I just read section 1.
Okay.
So section 2, if you go to section 2, it talks about what you just said, on the terms of the mayor and 4 council members. I'm sorry, I just read the first section. Elected in 2021, which would be the 4 that I just named along with myself, will be extended from the last day of June 2025 until the certified candidates elected on the Tuesday after the first Monday in November of 2026 are sworn into office 12:01 p.m. That's on ordinance 003. Ordinance 004 would only extend the council members' terms, the 4 that I just mentioned. All right, so I go again, 003 to help, I'll just do it like this to make it easier. 003 would extend, so either way you go, Mr. Williams, Ms. Miller, Mr. McKinney, Mr. Lyle's terms, those seats will be extended on both of these options. And then on option 3, it would extend everyone's for a year and put everyone starting now on the even years. Option 4 would be just the ones I named, minus myself and the other 4 council members. Go ahead, Con.
I make a motion that we don't do anything. It seems like a big move like changing our charter or changing our election should have a mandate. There should be something that we all, a majority of us all, should want. And we have been split. We have been split on our opinions. The community has been split. They have been coming in. So I move that we don't change anything and maybe leave it up for the next council, which the election will come in May, and next July, let them decide.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second. Any other questions, Dane?
Well, on my opinion, though, I think that we should go with it. The reason why I say that, because of the state want it, and then they're gonna make us do it. Then they decide to let us go ahead like it is. But they, for our grants and stuff that we've been writing or whatever, they've been pretty good to us. And they want us to do this. And one minute they're gonna force us to do it, next minute they decide they wasn't. But then when I think back across at Louis Theater, when they wrote that $600-something check for our park down there, and other grants that we had wrote, it come out pretty good. So I think we need to work with the state, because eventually they're gonna do it. Plus, you're gonna save some money, like 2 to 4 years, save $10,000 to $15,000. I don't know how much they spent. And then on the year when the other officials or whatever, the state get involved in it, they're gonna pay part of that money. So we're gonna save some more money on that issue. So I think saving money is part of it. Plus, we done got a little favor in the state, because Rutherford County is #1. We went to that convention, me and Chris and some more went to convention. That city is really moving, and the reason why we not moving, because we sitting back, and we been moving pretty good, but look like we want to sit back now and not do anything. And also, construction on the park down here is supposed to start sometime this year, right, man?
October.
Yeah, and so all these come through grants that we didn't have to spend any city money. So they've been doing us pretty good favor. And I think we need to get with the program and not stop now, because it was like 7, how many counties was it stressed in Tennessee? 19 or something like that? And we were one of them.
We still are.
I mean, they got up out of some of that, And so writing grants and then hoping they pass, it makes a difference. I think communicating, going to some of these events makes a difference. And also in the city league, our mayor is moved up to vice president of all the mayors in the state of Tennessee. And so that got us a little favor. But if this is something they want us to do and they're gonna be good to us, I think we ought to go ahead and do it, and that's just my opinion.
Mr. Golden, I have to disagree with you on that, because simple fact is the grants don't have anything to do with what we voted on tonight. And if the the state do that. But like in Nashville, they wanted to change the city council from 40 to 20. The city of Nashville sued the state and won. Said they can't do that, that's illegal. So I don't think what we voted today have anything to do, Miss Sarah calling me.
You said Siri and she started recording. Just
Oh, Lord. No, she didn't. I didn't say that, did I?
Your phone thought you said Siri.
Oh.
He said state.
But anyway, I don't think that have anything to do with the grants, what we're doing tonight. The state, matter of fact, they voted no when they brought it up. It was voted down in the state, with the state. So I just think you need to vote, your conscience or your guide, but that's my 2 cents.
All right, well, we got a motion to leave it like it is, don't change the election, or anything, just keep it how it is. So, is there motion by Ms. Miller, second by Mr. McKinney. Is it working? All right, if you would cast your vote.
Then we would vote, what we voted for or against it.
Yeah, well, we'll be voting this up or down. Her motion is to leave it, don't change it. So if you vote yes, you will leave it. If you vote no, then you can do one of these ordinances here.
Mine going the other way, huh? I'm hitting the no button, but it's doing something else.
We'll see. All right, so we got 4 to 3 to leave it like it is. So, all right, motion carried. So we'll have a 1, 2. Okay, I'm sorry, 5 to 3. We vote. We'll have our election in May. All right. That's it. Anything else?
We do.
Yeah, if y'all make a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Our motion to adjourn is second. Second by Mr. Williams. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.